And I'm the treasurer of Berks Democratic Women. And the reason I got involved was that I would like to see more women run for office, and I would like to see some education efforts for the young girls in school to make them think along those lines
And
as
you
a
live in
possible future career.
right. You live in the Boyertown area.
And I live in the
correct?
Boyertown area,
All right.
yes.
Hi, my name is Carissa Johnson, and I'm the vice president for the Berks Women Democratic Club. And I'm from Reading, Pennsylvania, born and raised. And I think Marie kind of summed it up as far as what our mission is and why I also became a part of the club as well. To see more women leaders. And to, of course, see more education within the county, so that younger women, of course, would like to have that as a career as well.
Elaine Swavely, president of Berks Democratic Women. The reason I got involved is because I saw a real need for this kind of effort, not just in our county, but throughout the state and the country. The mission is to get more women elected to office and also have a better input into women that are already elected, keeping their office. The goal being education, for one. I think that's really important. So that's pretty much what our mission is, to be able to do what we can for any woman that's interested in running and help anyone that's already in office.
Hi, I'm Yvonne Fonte, and I'm the secretary of the Berks Democratic Women's Club, which is, as they've mentioned, a chapter of the Pennsylvania Federation of Democratic Women. And the reason why I'm participating in this is much like the comments you heard prior from the executive board members. I really feel that we as women need to be part of the solution. Our input and our voice in current government and elected positions is about 20 to 30% to men's 70% input. And I feel it's really important that at least 50% of what's going on at the table is with our input and our leadership. And so the education, the mentoring, the training that the women need, the support, is something that we're going to be supplying and something that I'm really excited to be a part of.
Are you trying to get more women involved, say, with the county committee? And how are you actually recruiting women to run for office?
That's actually the key thing about this club, is that we're uniquely all about encouraging women to run for office. So we are going to be the part of training and educating as part of motivating women to go ahead and run for office. If they have the right tools, they're going to feel empowered to run.
Right.
The problem with women right now is that we wait to be asked. And we shouldn't wait to be asked. If we see something and an opportunity to get out of the box and jump into a leadership position, we should go ahead and do it. But a lot of us wait until we're asked. But if we have the right tools, we're going to want to go and do that.
I think one of the challenges for women running for office is raising money. I think it's easier for men to raise the money than women. Why is that, and how do you overcome that?
Well, I think the men have the advantage of the old boys network.
Yes.
And they also have the advantage of most of businesses are not female-owned, they're owned by men, who then
Exactly.
try to contribute money to people who are going to advance the interests of their business. And what we're doing right now is, I think we're up to 34 members, and we hope to diversify into a group of different committees, and then each committee will have its own particular topic to work on, and then they'll come together, and then we'll have a general discussion, and we'll see how we want to move forward. So, I mean, we're a really new club. We only started on May 6th. So to be here and to become members of the Federation, I think, we've made several giant steps already, and now we need to hear from all the other people that are subscribed to the effort and see what their ideas are, and then we'll come forward with our plan.
Are any of you planning on running for office? I know, Elaine, you have in the past,
May
haven't
I
you?
just comment
Yes.
on
Yes.
the campaign finances and all of that? Yes, I ran for county clerk's row office in 2003. As a woman, I really stepped out of my box and put my name out there and ran ran against a 16-year incumbent and lost by 6,300 plus votes. At that time, we didn't have the ground troops in the party that we have today. I think today that would make all the difference. Even though I didn't have all the money to spend, I think I would have won that election had it been the next term. But needless to say, I didn't have the money to run again. It's very difficult to come up with money, and I think as a woman candidate, I think a lot of times you're not taken as seriously, for one. And depends what office you're running for, too. The county's coffers are not overfilled, so they tend to give more money to the higher offices that are being run for. So a county row office in general is not a commissioner's race, therefore you get less or nothing. We simply need campaign finance reform for sure, for a start.
We have two women elected to county row officers right now, Mary Ann Sutton and Sandy Graffius, both of whom are Republican, both of whom usually, self-finance their campaigns. So how do you compete with that, say, if you're going to run on a county level? How do you tap into the support of the men? Any ideas for that? To get the men to support the women, write checks and work for you?
That's a good question. And it's actually something I guess I need to really think about. I honestly kind of feel as though a lot of the things that are roadblocks for us have been discussed as far as not enough women businesses, but I still think that there are men out there who support us, and we do actually have some men who were interested in joining our club as well for that reason alone.
In fact, we do have a male member already.
Okay, all right.
A male founding member.
Right.
Okay, all right.
We do have a male founding member, and back to the question, I hate to go back, but
Yes.
I'd love to hear from Carissa, because she's actually running for an office.
Okay, what are you running for?
I plan on running for district justice.
Okay. And which district? I assume in Reading. What part of Reading?
Yes, it would be 1-2, which encompasses District 10, 16, 1, and 2.
Okay. So, are there any other candidates for that, or?
I don't know at this point.
Okay.
I mean, it's 2 years away. So,
Okay, it's 2 years away.
I have some time, so I don't think other people, of course, have said anything publicly. I don't even know if I'm allowed to yet, if it's considered campaigning or not.
Yes, you
I don't
can.
want to get in trouble. But yes, I definitely have aspirations to move forward and to better our community.
Good.
I am definitely very passionate about my community and of course, women's leadership. And I feel as though, as a woman, just in general, I'm always passed over or looked to the side. So when I try to, incite and inflict change within my community, I always have to go to somebody else. Where if I am within a position of somewhat of power, I have more say. I can actually inflict the plan and the change that I would like to see. I have on my business card, it definitely says, be the change you want to see. Mm-hmm. And that is the model that I try to live, and I just try, of course, to be as involved as much as possible within my community to try and make that change. So that is one of the reasons why I definitely want to move forward and to run.
We've a big election year next year, U.S. Senate election and the presidential election. What is the club's plans for getting active and involved in those next year?
And we really haven't got a chance to discuss federal level type things, and then usually that's handled by the Pennsylvania Federation of Democratic Women. They handle the larger candidacies. We are actually concentrating on our local people and local positions. So this time of the year would normally be the busiest for us and will be in the future, but since we've just had our bylaws passed on May 6th and became officially a club on May 6th, it's still too preemptive a question. And I apologize to go back, but I was already approached for the question about, are any of you running for office?
Yes.
I was approached, and I'm sorry to say that I was approached, and not that I jumped into the position because I wanted to do that. on my own, but I was approached to run for Reading City Council
Okay.
in Donna Reed's district, and I
All
was
right.
actually approached by her. And so I'm considering that very seriously as something that I may be doing in 2 years, and I've been starting to attend city council
Yes.
meetings to start getting more
Yep.
involved. And your question about the problem that women face
Yes.
as far as funding, I attended a convention, a workshop that the Greater Reading Chamber of Commerce had with the Women to Women group. And Kathleen Kane, and I always love to quote this, Kathleen Kane said there at that time, she said, you know, women wait to get asked, but men just jump at it.
Yes.
And then there was someone else that was there, which happened to be Sandy Graffius, and she said that we have when we call each other for a meeting and for fundraising, we'll call and say, well, I consider your situation is kind of tough right now, so if you just want to bring cookies to the meeting, that's okay. While a man will get on the phone and say, listen, we need a $300 contribution or a $500 contribution. Is this something you can pull? You know, and it's not even you necessarily, but can you get that money together for us? We need that money. They understand that kind of business.
Yes.
Women are much more compassionate, and we tend not to take care of ourselves because we're taking care of everybody else. And so we need to change that frame of mind a little. We need to be more of business thinking type of women.
More assertive in asking,
Yes.
doing what they call doing the ask.
Exactly, and then with me considering to run for city council, I have that issue, and I have to think very seriously, do I have the tools financially to do something like this? And one of the things that's wonderful about being part of this club is, well, that's what we do. We're going to be trying to support our local people, so at the Berks Women Democratic level, we're going to be doing that, and then also I'll be trying to find some support from the Pennsylvania Federation of Democratic Women as well, and see if maybe they would give me a stipend or something. But I mean, you start thinking about where are the places, where do we already have the support, and where can we get new support? And then I think I kind of went towards that national question.
Right, yes. All right, well, yeah, let's wrap it up here. I see they're getting ready to get going over there.